Hi everybody, this is Michele Bialik with Create with Michele. We're in Seymour, Connecticut at the Glass Source Stained Glass Studio. Mike Skurdick, the artisan and owner, is going to walk us through the steps from design to finish to make this beautiful stained glass window. Stick with us. I'm here with Michael Skurdick, owner of the Glass Source Stained Glass Art Studio in Seymour, Connecticut. Hi Michael, how are you? So this is your space. Tell us a little bit about it.
This is the Glass Source Stained Glass Studio. It's our public space, which we really love. We teach out of the room that we're standing in today and work out of this room.
It's gorgeous. The lighting in here is astronomical, and you couldn't ask for anything better, especially for glass. So it's true. It's great.
It's true. It's what we need.
Yeah.
And then we have a gallery up front and a little bit of a workspace up there as well for some students.
Nice. How long have you been in this space, and how long has the Glass Source been in operation?
This space I've been in, we're coming up on our 4th year in January.
Wow.
And the Glass Source has been around for 56 years. And prior to that, it was Metropolitan Art Glass. It changed hands through different people over the years, but it's been a continually operating studio for 56 years in Connecticut, the oldest.
It's the oldest in Connecticut.
Yes, absolutely.
Awesome. Very, very cool. So I'm really excited to get my hands dirty. I know that we have worked together in the past, and I do know a little bit about stained glass. And we're going to be working on a leaded pane today, correct?
So yes, today we are going to work on a leaded glass panel, start to finish. We're going to work on the pattern design, the full layout for it, glass selection, cutting, grinding, building, soldering, the whole process, and the messy cement at the end.
Yay!
Which smells great.
Yeah, that's my favorite part, is the smell of the cement, and then getting in there with my hands. It's amazing.
So this is our basic square that we're going to work all of our lines off of to ensure that everything maintains where we need it to be at the end of the project. This is one of those moments where I am definitely a purist. Many studios do all their pattern designs on computers, and I've always been averse to it. We've had programming, we've used programming. I just love drawing the pattern.
The math, the puzzle of it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's tactile. I really think it's a major part of it, and I've maintained in 26 years doing it all this way.
Do you start with the piece, or do you start with the space?
Good question. Both, I think, sometimes. Everybody has a space they want their piece to hang within, clients or church
Right.
or whatever it might be. So you really have to have that measurement and that math down first before you get into the creative aspect of it.
Okay.
And that's what this stage is.
All right.
So you can have the pencil.
All right.
Decide how your length and width, how high you want it to be, how wide you want it to be. I always say measure twice from the line. And then that's what we'll draw your next line off of.
Okay.
Same with this side, measure 2 little marks, and then we'll draw that line to maintain the squareness. And we'll double check that afterwards.
So I think I'll go with a nice even 24 inches. So let's go with a
18's nice.
18.
24 from the top,
From here?
straight across.
Okay.
And then it's essentially just connect the dots
Gotcha.
to maintain your square.
I always like doing the crisscross test.
Yes, corner to corner. And it's square.
Yay! All right, step one's down.
Now we think about the final step of the piece, right at the beginning. So we need to decide, where is this piece going? How is it hanging? Is it going into an opening, where we may use an H-cane perimeter, which allows for expansion contraction, or is it going to free hang in the window? And if it's free hanging in the window, like this piece will, we will draw in the perimeter framing that this will be built for. So for this one, I always like notes on my pattern. We're going to do a 1/2 inch U channel. So we're going to draw that in because there's a piece of the channel that only goes 1/8 of an inch, and that's what your glass inserts into.
Okay.
And then the other part is your padding and buffering.
I need my glasses. Sorry.
That looks good. So this is great. This is a perfect margin perimeter diagram of what the framing will look like. I'm going to grab a piece of the framing, and this is our zinc frame that you're familiar with. And it fits right into those margin lines perfectly.
Great. Okay. So what's next?
So what's next? We are going to decide how wide the border is going to be. Do you want the border to be a little wider and then a smaller clear texture of some sort in the center?
I think just even 2 inches.
I think that will be nice.
Yeah.
So again, I always measure from this outside line to maintain your squareness. This could have some variance or little nuances that it's off.
Okay.
So I always take in that 1/2 inch. So then you'll measure from the exterior out to 1/2. You're adding that 1/2 inch frame
Okay.
to have a visual 2-inch border.
Okay.
So perfect. Now you've inked your pattern with a marker. We've used the appropriate size marker for the heart of the lead, which is the center of the lead. So this denotes the thickness. And it's all numbered so that this way we can identify each piece of glass that we cut and trace for this pattern.
Okay, great. So the next step of this is picking the glass.
Yes.
And it's my favorite part because I get to play with color and light, and it's awesome. And it's also the most maddening part because you have so much to choose from.
So much to choose from. It can be. So my recommendation for everyone when they're choosing glass is pick a few of each color. If you want a blue, pick 3 or 4. If you want,
and there's
if you want
also
a red,
texture
pick 2.
to think
color,
about too.
There's texture, there's depth. Pick a bunch of glass, and then we will edit out what doesn't work and what works best. We're usually left with the perfect glass.
Right, because at the end, it always sings to you.
Indeed.
Always. And I'm excited. All right, let's get to picking glass.
Awesome.
I really love this one. This is awesome. Okay, we're at the light box. I have picked a bunch of different colors that speak to me and that we think are going to work well with the pattern that we have. And this is where all of the colors and the textures start coming together.
And you pick some great colors to start with. You've got a nice little pile here. And I say we just spread them out and see what you love.
Oh, this is the same piece.
It's the same piece, so you really like that one.
All right, so we're gonna knock this one out. So this is the weeding out process, when you actually realize what it is that you have.
I mean, this weeding out is fairly simple.
I love this.
I think it's kind of telling you what should stay and what should go.
Right, right.
Very easily. I would almost eliminate this one,
Yep.
again, because it's streaky. Stay
Yep.
towards your translucent,
Yep,
see-through
right,
glass with a little texture and movement.
I think I'm not gonna go with this green because I like this green.
That lime is incredible against that
Oh
blue,
my God.
and even the red.
Yeah,
Okay, that was easy.
I know,
We'll take
right?
that one out.
This is a little brown,
It is a
but
little
then
brown.
I
It's a
also
very
wanna,
deep red.
it is deep. But I don't know that it's going, I think it might compete with this amber.
Yeah, I love this amber that you
Right,
have.
okay, so I think we have our winners.
Yeah, it's a great palette. They all go together really well. And I think with that design that's super traditional, this will give you a very late kind of 1900 Victorian look that you would see typical in a Victorian home of that era.
And that matches beautifully with the lead,
Absolutely.
lead channel.
Yeah.
Great.
Is this what you're thinking for the center? It's a nice option.
It is one of the things that I'm looking at. This is the taffeta.
This is
taffeta?
actually a new one called Nouveau Remy.
Okay.
Taffeta is a little tighter in the texture, and this is much more open. It's very similar, though. It has the same feel blown up.
And I do like the movement in this one for the centerpiece. However, I am definitely an antique girl, so I like something a little less manufactured looking.
Let's try this other one over here. That might be a perfect balance between the two. This one is called Winter Lake.
I love this.
And it almost has a hand-blown feel to it,
Right.
even though it is machine rolled.
Yeah. But it's almost dirty, which is what
it
I
has an
like
edge to it.
about it. Yeah.
I think this would be a perfect choice for your
Oh,
center
yeah,
on
definitely.
this piece.
Nice.
Well, that was easy for you to pick glass.
Well, I know what I like. Awesome.
Great. Let's go with it. Let's
Okay.
start tracing and cutting.
Awesome.
Perfect.